Now the value property is associated with multiple controls. Some of them are toggle control, slider control, checkbox. It also applies to a radio control. So to get a better an example of it, let's insert a number of labels here. Let's make it bigger 20. So I'm going to duplicate that. Control C, Control V. Okay, so for the toggle control, in the label, we're going to make it search for the test property. Then toggle 3 dot value. We are dealing with the value property. The slider, slider 1 dot value. Checkbox, then for the radio button, radio, the selected dot value. Okay, so when we turn or we toggle the button, we see that the off becomes false in the label. Now the slider control, whichever value we pick on the slider, so reflects in the text box as the value of the slider. Now similar to the toggle button is the checkbox. When we check it, the value is true. When we tick or unchecked, the value is false. In the radio property, whatever value we pick in the radio is the value that reflects in the label. So when we pick 2, 2 is reflected, and pick 1, 1 is reflected. Now, as I said earlier, this applies, the value property applies to other controls. But for this our example, I think this should be a clear example enough. Thank you. So as we can see, for the radio, for the toggle control and the checkbox, the value when it is off is false, and when it is on or when it is ticked for the purpose of the checkbox is false. Now, to give further example, let's insert, let me show you another example. Let's insert an image. Particularly for the checkbox and the toggle button. So if we want to hide this image, based on the fact that whether the toggle button is switched on and off. We can set the visible property of this image to the toggle button, and the toggle is named toggle thread. So one of the ways that we can do is say using if function. If toggle thread dot value if toggle thread dot value equals to true, then true, else false. Now what it means is that whenever it is switched on and off, you see the image. Now since the false refers to the value, as we have seen here, it's really not necessary adding the if function, so you can simply make it toggle one dot value, and you are going to achieve the same purpose. On, off, on, off. Thank you. I hope this is a clear example enough of the value for this particular controls: toggle, slider control, checkbox, radio button. And as I said earlier, it applies to other controls as well. Thank you.